Okay, fellow YouTubers, we're here again today. We're working on a GMC van. Let's tell you what year it is, but maybe under the hood. Sometimes stickers are not always where they're supposed to be. It is a 2000 Chevy, or GMC rather, same difference. 1500 van. Customer complained about the rotors needing changed, and also that the pedal was going to the floor. We found a brake line that had been blown out on the driver's side front wheel. So we're going to go ahead and get the wheel pulled. We are going to show you how to remove the brake caliper, the rotor, and we're going to show you how to pack your own bearings, because these are not just knockoff rotors. These actually have grease pack bearings and seals. So it will be different. I'll get back to you here in just a minute when we're ready to tear down. Just the two bolts holding the caliper. These happen to be Allen's. Slide the rotor off and out of your way. Your caliper, rather. My bad. Now you gotta take this cap off here. You gotta pull a cotter pin. And generally you can just do it with channel locks. They're not as tight as you think. Just pull the rotor and you'll get the outer bearing and washer. Then there's a seal on the inside. It gets caught a little, but if you keep tugging, it will come. Okay, YouTube, we're back. This outer bearing, there's the inner bearing and a seal. Best way to knock that all out of there in the back. Very lightweight hammer. We call this the pea shooter. Fix the camera a little bit. There you go. And just gently tap it. You go to the other side. There you go. Lift it off. And voila, we have rear seal, rear bearing, and front bearing. And of course, we have to clean those up really good. And we have to repack them with grease, with new grease. The best bet is just to get an old rag and start cleaning. And I will show you how to the old-fashioned way anyway, of greasing a bearing. People do it differently now with equipment, tools, and whatnot. I've done it by hand for 30 years, so I was kind of used to doing it my own way. Let's see what we got here. Do inspect these just to make sure you don't see any pitting in the rollers, any damage on the outside of the ring, the inside of the ring. And these actually look just fine. Never been hot, not overdone. The seal is even in great shape. Some people replace the seal every time they do the bearings. You don't actually have to. It just depends if it's bad. This one's definitely in good shape, so I don't see the point in changing it. So now, shiny new rotor and our grease, regular high temp grease used for bearings. And this is how we've always done it in the old days. Get yourself a big blob of grease, put it right in the palm of your hand, just like that. No way to do that wrong. And you take your bearing from the back side. You slowly make little cuts away at it at a time, and what you'll notice by doing this is the grease will start pushing out through the top. You do that all the way around the bearing. And I can't stress enough, there's no such thing as too much grease when it comes to bearings, because they tend to get hot. They have the weight of the vehicle on their back, so let's help them out and give them a lot of grease. Keep doing it. Keep pushing out the top. Trying again. Okay. Take some extra grease, roll it around the outside of the rollers, on top, every which way around this thing. You're going to take some other extra grease and you're going to put it around the race on the inside, just for extra grease. No such thing as too much, remember? Okay. Put all that in there. Wipe it off like that. Put it down in there. You got your hands all nice and greasy. Okay. Seal. This is the inside. That is the outside. Lay it down in place. Take your little pea shooter. Gently tap it into place. Now you can flip it over. And you can get a bunch more grease. Put it in your hand again. And take your other bearing, doing the same direction. And keep going until we get ready to put this back on. It's getting there. Not the most exciting job in the world for sure, but something good to learn. Back in the old days, every car had grease pack bearings on the front, and there's still quite a few that do. Heavy trucks especially, and big vans. stuff like that. Okay, lots of grease around the inside again, and lots of grease around the outside of this bearing again. Oop, drop it down in there. There we go. A little excess even I didn't need. And that, YouTubers, is how you do a grease back bearing. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and push this. Okay, reinstalling the bearing and the rotor. You put that washer in there after you set it back on the spindle. And as I said before, these don't have to be tightened down with like a big ratchet and socket. Channel lock pliers actually do a pretty good job of helping you to not over tighten it. And what you do is you tighten a little, spin a little, tighten a little, spin a little, and you'll feel it when it starts to really tighten up enough to where the rotor still spins, of course. He's getting there. Looks about right. Then you just got to put your cotter pin in. That'll keep that nut from ever backing off. There it is. Bend the one tab over. Pea shooter. Right here. That's it. And then you throw your cap back on. Just lightly tapping it with a pea shooter. And that is it. He's just going to reassemble the brakes, and we'll move on. Alright, YouTubers, well, we got this all finished up. We're going to be on to the next job. Please subscribe and like our videos if you enjoy our content. We'd like to be able to keep doing this and to keep bringing you videos weekly on every different kind of repair that has to do with what we do. Maybe we can help some of you DIYers make your lives a little easier. All right. Bye.